This is a reskilling success story happened at a large multinational company. This company had got a new assignment in industrial automation area. They needed to deploy a team to execute that. This was a high stake assignment for the client. They needed deployable resources to execute the assignment, and that too in quick time. Technologies and skills required to execute that assignment were new to this organization. The challenges were apparent. Required skills were not available in their existing team. There wasn't enough time for hiring. Internal team which the client had identified were spread across three locations: Pune, Hyderabad, and Bengaluru. A conventional classroom training would have been logistically challenging and expensive, and only awareness and knowledge wouldn't have served the purpose. Learners needed to have acquired the skills to execute this assignment. When they inquired with the training companies for such training program, they got proposals for conventional classroom training program which would pan across 12 to 15 days, and clearly it was a logistical challenge. But when they approached us, what we could offer them was a four-phased program. It included webinar, e-learning subscription, classroom training, and remote triggered lab. So we had relevant e-learning courses ready with us. We thought of giving access to those e-learning courses before these people come for classroom training. And even before that, we planned for a webinar where we could establish the context, uh, impart learning objectives, we get an understanding of learners better. So ice breaking session happened over a webinar, and then 7 days they got access to our e-learning courses where fundamental concepts of industrial automation were covered. And then they came for a classroom training program which was for just 5 days. But the beauty was, in the first session on the first day of classroom training program, the learners were already doing hands-on, so they had already started programming. Yeah, so this was the beauty of the e-learning subscription and the webinar that we did earlier. So 5 days of classroom were spent on case studies, real life examples, lab sessions. And after 5 days, when they went back to their places, we had given them access to our remote triggered lab facility. So we had created this facility which they could access from their own locations. They could do trials and errors. They did research and development. They spent a lot of time doing hands-on practice, and this is how the program was delivered. A simple methodology where we thought of awareness and knowledge can be given through webinar and e-learning, and for higher level knowledge and skills we need classroom, hands-on, and remote triggered lab. The impact of the program was huge. Learners acquired knowledge and skills required to execute, so they became readily billable after the program. Learners enjoyed the program thoroughly. It was highly engaging by design. Learners had enough opportunities for trial and error, so that made a big difference. It also worked out cost effective as compared to conventional classroom, which would have required 12 to 15 days of logistical spend, which could have been big. Because our subject matter experts, domain experts, and learning solution experts worked together to conceive, they could design such a program. Understanding of learners' context and outcome orientation were the highlights. We had relevant e-learning courses ready in our catalog, that's why we could offer those. We thought through the learning model and engagement ideas, and that also made the difference a big way. We always had the infrastructure to create a remote triggered lab facility for this program, and combine all this together, we could design, offer, and execute such a high impact learning initiative for this large MNC.